Professor Theoceratops, and may I introduce you to Digging Deeper Bite Size. Hello, and welcome to Digging Deeper Bite Size over the school holidays. I hope you're having a good break. Now today I thought I would start off with a couple of questions. Now my first question is from Esther. From Esther at 8:30. Now Esther asks, where is the actual cross? Now Esther, this is a good question. But unfortunately for you, I don't know the answer to that question. You see, Jesus died almost 2,000 years ago. And so after he died, the Romans, the people who killed him, pulled the cross down. I don't know what they did with it. They might have used it again. They might have burned it. But the actual cross isn't the important thing. The important thing is that Jesus did really die, and he did really rise from the dead again. I can't tell you where the actual cross is, but I can tell you where the actual Jesus is. He is with God the Father right now. Him dying was the important thing that day, more important than how he died. Hopefully that is helpful. Now, I've got another question here from Evie. Evie, it's Saturday, and she says, are you ready for this? Evie asks, what is so special about the Jews? Now, Evie, this is a great question, because the Jews come up all over the Bible. We see them all over the place. The Jews, they were God's chosen people way back, almost 4,000 years ago. That's even before my time, before I was born, if you can believe it. Way back then, God chose a man called Abraham and his family to be a special people. God would look after that people and he would save them. There was nothing particularly special about Abraham, but God just chose him. Now, Abraham's family became known as Israel and later on as the Jews. Unfortunately, they didn't always follow God the way that they should have. And when Jesus came along, they even rejected him because they didn't actually love God. So now, it's not the Jews who are God's special people. Not anymore. But now, it is anyone who trusts in Jesus. That changed when Jesus rose from the dead. Now, Evie, I hope that answers your question. But please, you and everybody else, stay tuned for the rest of the episode. Welcome back to the rest of the episode. Now, if you've been with us for the last couple of episodes, we have been looking at the three persons of God: the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Now, we saw that the Father is the one who plans everything. And then we've seen that the Son is the one who made the world and who came as a human being and died in our place. Now, today, for our final kind of up-close look at the Son, we're going to see how important he is. You see, because he was perfectly obedient to his Father, because he came as a human and he died on the cross, he faced the Father's punishment and then he rose again. Because he did those things, the Father has made him in charge of absolutely everything. He is the absolute boss, the king, the ruler. Now, have a look with me in the Bible and please open up to Philippians chapter 2. Philippians chapter 2, and read verses 9, 10 and 11 of Philippians chapter 2. don't forget to pause the video. Did you read it? God put Jesus in the highest place. That means that right now, He, Jesus, is the most important person in the whole entire universe. Every single person on earth is underneath Jesus. We should all listen to Him. We should all follow Him. We should all obey Him. It is very important because He is the most important person ever. In the verse it said, every single knee should bow. That is, every single person should bow down to Jesus because He is the King of everything. God has made it so that even out of the three persons of God, the Son is the one who at the moment is in the most important spot. That doesn't mean that the Father and the Spirit are any less important. No, goodness gracious, no. They are still super important. But they are just choosing to give Jesus the spotlight at the moment. Now this means that when you're telling your friends about God, and you should be, it's such a good idea because your friends need to know. But when you're telling your friends about God, you need to tell them about Jesus because He is really in the spotlight at the moment. He is the one we are to think about and talk about most right now because He is in the spotlight. He's the King. Jesus is over everything. Now, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. Please have a good holidays, and if you need to, catch up on the rest of the episodes that you've missed. But I will see you again next week. Remember, always dig deeper into the Bible, even if it is just in bite-sized pieces. I am Professor Theoceratops, and Jesus is in the spotlight. Goodbye.